Holy smoke, is this ain't no joke, because I was literally about to go to bed.
Oh my word, look at that.
Wow, do we have a lot to get into here today.
Woo, 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 man. Oh man, I love it. I love it right now.
Woo, boy. We are old school strong man today. Ta-da, it's Jay Naugy and Mike Hunt.
Yeah, boy.
So back in the day,
Bro,
when me and Jay would do live streams together, it'd be like me, him, Mike Hunt here, and we'd have like maybe 3 people watching, and we go for like 2 freaking hours just talking trash. And now we've come a long way, haven't we, Jay?
Yep.
We're up to 6
I mean,
followers.
I have a full maybe 700 more subscribers in that time.
Nice.
So what's up, Jay? What's been happening? You haven't been on here a while. Where have you been?
I went to Austin and then I basically took 3 weeks off because I just didn't feel like making videos.
So videos aren't your passion?
No, I mean, I started doing them again, but I took some time off. I was also working out my new and improved investing process.
What's your process? Dollar cost average index funds, tax advantage.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. And now, dude, I started thinking about the cash flows, man, and just the way everybody's doing them. And I just came to the conclusion that we're all doing it wrong. Well, it's not how you should do it.
So what's the right way, man?
If you're going to buy individual stocks, I'll just tell you my thought process on it now. If you're going to buy individual stocks, why would you buy anything that isn't trading in the bargain basement? When you actually factor in the return that you're getting from maxing your tax advantaged accounts, right, in low cost index funds, if you actually look at where your money is going to do more good, it doesn't make sense to me that all these people are going out and figuring out fair value and then buying slightly under fair value. That's not a deal. You don't do that anywhere else. You know, it's like when you figure out fair value, for the most part, fair value, depending on the interest rates, is going to be 12 to 22.5 price to earnings ratio. But I don't see the point in buying stocks unless you're getting them for so cheap. You've virtually eliminated all risk of being wrong out of buying it.
Well, because you can buy stocks and show people on YouTube, and then when you lose all your money, you get more subscribers.
That's where I was going wrong in my investment philosophy.
Yeah, nobody wants to just talk about index funds all day. They want to hear about the newest, hottest stocks like Baba, which is 10x, and Meta, which is also 10x. I was hanging out in Fabio's Discord, and somebody showed this like graphic where they were comparing Baba to Meta, and they basically are almost mirroring each other with how badly they've collapsed. Like both those companies have been wrecked.
Yeah, I mean, for me, what I realized when I bought Baba, when I was buying it, what I realized that was, again, I was buying it on the high end of fair value. And anything can happen. So, I mean, I was taking everything in and just trying to work out a new process. So, but yeah, to me, it's like you'd be a lot better off, man, eliminating as much risk if you must own an individual stock. It's just a reinforcement of what I believed anyways, that low-cost index funds are the best tool for building wealth.
Well, you're not going to say that when in 5 years, Tattooed Chef, Honest, Smile Direct Club, and a bunch of other stocks that Jeremy bought are outperforming the index by leaps and bounds.
No, but I mean, I know I'm stupid for not buying Smile Direct Club. I'd rather buy a low-cost index fund I know that, ultimately Jeremy's going to outperform all of us with his brilliant analysis, but
Yeah, funny. Like, I wonder if his subscribers are still growing. Let me go check. Let me go check on him on Social Blade. You ever been on Social Blade before?
no, thank God.
Yeah, it's like this website where you can track, YouTubers' growth, statistics, views, stuff like that. And even gives you estimate of how much a YouTuber is making.
Hold on. I'm gonna answer this. What do I think of Fabio buying Netflix in Meta? Well, I'm not saying this to I have some foreknowledge of the future. I never really liked Facebook. I don't like streamers, and I just don't really like the social media companies. When Facebook was trading at $300, I'd say the same thing about them then that I'll say about them now. For me, I just don't really see the point of adding to a position in Facebook. It's not really a stock I would want to buy. In the streamers, I don't understand why everybody is so bullish on the streamers. I don't get it. Like Netflix, okay, great. They're producing some decent content, but I'd rather own Walmart if I'm going to buy an individual stock than Netflix. So, that's just what I think of Facebook. Take it with a grain of salt. I could be completely wrong on it. I don't like it.
Walmart and Paramount have partnered together. So if you have a Walmart Plus subscription, you get free access to like the basic level of Paramount streaming too. And that was actually another streamer I didn't even really consider before, but now that I have it for free, I use it. So I have like 4 or 5 different streaming apps on my smart TV.
Bro, it becomes a point, and this was what I said about Netflix, right? Ignoring the past when it was trading way above 3 price to sales and 4 price to book, subtracting all of that. I just look at it like when Netflix stock took off, every other streaming platform or entertainment media just took notice. And they started going, well, why are we selling our stuff to Netflix when we can just create our own site and put it on there? And that's what's happening. So it becomes this huge streaming battle. And I don't know which one would ultimately be the winner. Probably, I think Netflix will be around for a long time. At this point, how much more is it going to grow?
It's going to cycle back to fucking cable.
He's probably going to cycle back to VHS.
No, this is the thing. Like, all right, this is a Netflix.
We're all going to have antennas on our TVs.
Exclusive. This is a Paramount exclusive. This is a fucking Peacock exclusive. This is a fucking HBO Max exclusive. Then you're paying fucking $10 to $20 for each one of these services. What's going to happen is like, hey, it's cheaper to go back to fucking cable where I can get it all in one fucking,
Well, dude, that was the promise of cutting the cord. And when people were talking about cutting the cord, I'd said to myself, this isn't going to last. Because it's like, now you look at it, if you have all the streamers, you're paying the same amount of money you would have paid if you had cable.
Yep.
And so that's why
No, it made sense in the beginning. It did. But then, like you're saying, like as soon as why would I sell the Netflix when I could do this myself? And there you go.
Oh, I agree that the ad thing is going to be definitely help Netflix's bottom line. But again, we're getting into this. So Amazon just spent over $1 billion on that new Lord of the Rings. And what are they really getting out of it? Amazon can afford to do that. But you're not getting the box office like movies used to. So what I'm saying is probably the quality of streamers, the content on there in a lot of cases is going to go down because they're just trying to put out content. It's what happened to Disney.
Well, I don't see any quality decline in Netflix, at least. In my opinion, they have by far the best shows.
Oh, dude, I want to watch All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah, I just watched that. It's pretty good.
Is it, dude? Yeah, I'll watch it then. I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, World War I movie, All Quiet on the Western Front. I'm in.
Yeah, I think it's like 2.5 hours, but You got a lot of shovel action scenes. Guy like the guy likes to attack people with a shovel instead of his rifle.
Bro, those entrenching tools are a mother effer if you get hit by one of those.
Have you ever gotten hit by a entrenching tool before?
No.
Then how do you know, Jay?
Yeah, how do you speak so confidently?
I'll show you how.
I've seen a couple of videos.
Is he gonna beat himself in the head with an e-tool? If you don't know what an e-tool is, everybody, it's literally like if you're in the woods playing army, if you want to dig a hole, which usually you use it to dig a pooping hole. We call them what do we call them? Shit trenches. That's what you use to dig your trench and to dig the pooping place. There it is. Oh, he's...
That's how I know.
Fart and poop particles on there.
That's how I know these things. Like, you would not want to get hit by one of these, like, in World War II trench combat.
Ellipses, did your bathroom, like, go out of service for a little bit?
No, I've had that shovel for years.
I didn't know they gave out shovels in the Air Force.
No, dude, I bought it and because it's cool, and I kept it in the back of my car when I moved back home in case my car went off the road. I had a convenient little shovel there in my trunk.
Okay. Have there ever been people disappearing around your neighborhood recently?
There's always people disappearing out of whatever neighborhood I move into.
Yeah, but like I was telling Mike Hunt here, the only time I ever used that was to dig a slit trench because like we'd have these patrol bases in the woods, and to take a crap, you'd have to dig a hole in the middle of your patrol base. So that was like the only time I ever used my e-tool. But it was just this heavy freaking thing that I carried around all the time and almost never freaking use.
Bro, I don't want to carry that thing everywhere. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, even a little bit of weight over the course of like an entire day can just ruin your day.
Dude, when I was in infantry training, I had this 5 or 10 pound bag of trail mix that I was carrying. I was carrying like 60 or like a lot of freaking weight. And then I had this bag of trail mix that was taking up room. And I was like, after like 2 days, I was like, why am I carrying this? So I literally just took that out. I just put it on the side and left in the middle of the woods.
Just getting fucking M&M.
What were you like thinking before you put trail mix in your bag? Were you like, man, we're going to be doing a lot of hiking, so guess I'm going to need some trail mix for that.
I was trying to think because sometimes it's nice to have like snacks you can easily access, because if you're walking all day, you only get like certain times of the day to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I was like, hey, I can just have some in my pocket, in a plastic bag, and that's my sustenance. But like I said, I carried it for like 2 days, and I'm like, what? Why am I carrying this? So I just got rid of it. Now I never made that mistake again. I'll tell you that.
It's like, what do you got in here? Well, I got, my first aid kit, got a knife, got all the other supplies I need. Oh, and some trail mix in case we're in contact with the enemy. I'll just throw some trail mix at the Taliban and they'll run off after it.
Well, you can actually set a trap, you can have like a big cage up in the trees with trail mix.
Yeah. And then you'll see the Taliban guys come in under the cover of darkness to try and get your trail mix. Cage falls on them. Now you've got some Taliban prisoners.
Yeah, if I ever get deployed again, I'll try that technique and let you know how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, if cages work on crocodiles, they probably work on the Taliban.
Have you ever caught a crocodile with a cage before?
Yeah, big ones in Western New York. Western New York's known for its crocodiles.
I've heard.
Big ones out there.
I'll show you a big one.
I'm sure. So I saw the title of your latest video, but I didn't watch it. Would you just do one on another Lafufu stock?
Yeah, PayPal got wrecked after hours on earnings because their revenue.
PayPal was overvalued. I don't know why he was telling people to buy it.
Well, because in his mind, it went up to $308 at the peak. And because it collapsed like 50%, he's like, well, it's going to go back up again. So I'm just going to buy the dip. And now he's probably down 50% on PayPal, unless he's been averaging down.
Bro, do you think he's up on any stock?
Tesla, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He never will not be up on Tesla. That's one stock that he will forever have that's probably going to be green in his portfolio.
Bro, right now, I mean, PayPal is trading at a 46 price to earnings ratio. I mean, that doesn't sound good to me.
I mean, could it have been because they had a couple bad quarters of earnings?
Yeah. And I mean, I guess, like, all right, so if you look at your price to sales ratio and price to book ratio, you're right outside fair value. Because you want, like, when you use your price to sales ratio, and honestly, I would tell people concentrate more on price to book. But I mean, their price to book is 4.48. So, like, that's on the very edge of overvalued. I mean, I guess it's really not once you come in that bad. When you come in here and you look at it right now, you're paying 17 times free cash flow. I just think, looking at the stock, even if you were to buy it now, you're still probably not going to make any money off it.
You might, maybe. But I mean, like I said, the reason I stay away from it, there's just too much competition out there. There's like 1,000.
Yeah, dude, that's not a market I really want to own a stock in. I don't get people's obsession with PayPal either.
I mean, it's pretty dominant. It was like, the OG, payment processor. And it has a huge network. It has a huge dominance, but that probably won't last forever.
I saw the news about the 2,500 penalty, right?
Yeah, I heard that. That didn't instill a lot of love.
And now I mean, some articles that they reinstated it back into their fucking terms.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna get a lesson in going way too far with your leftist politics. Just like everybody else is going to get a lesson in it, where everybody's just sick of it. It's like, why would I use Facebook, right? Or not Facebook, PayPal, when I don't think it's going to happen anyways. But if you're a person and I go up and I do some stand-up joke, right? And some liberal whatever over at PayPal gets offended by it, they decide to charge me $2,500. Well, I mean, the average person's not going to tolerate that or use your product. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I'm not even joking. I really could, because they have a savings account. They partner with Synchrony, and you get 3% APY, which is pretty good. But
what did you get?
I was like, what if they really wanted to take my money because I did something like made fun of Lafufu and they didn't like it or something? So I was like, I don't think I'm gonna put my savings in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you're sitting there and you go, okay, your rule is that anything that I do that displeases you, you get to steal money from me. Why would I use your product?
But that's exactly why the stock's probably going down right now. You got people that fucking all right. Even though they went back on their word, or like, I don't even know. I'm seeing another article that says it was reinstated, and then someone's saying, oh, it wasn't reinstated. Regardless, nobody wants to fuck around with that shit if that's where their money's going to be. So there's probably people saying, hey, fuck this company. We don't know what to think now, because if this is something that they said they were going to fucking actually implement, now people are like, hey, I'm pulling out of this shit.
Well, just be liberal. You'll be fine. Is that so hard, guys?
Well, dude, yeah, I could be like that Dylan Mulvaney dude and talk about, this is day one of my transition.
Oh God.
I might actually add that to my channel. Each day of my transition to a woman, even though nothing's ever going to change, I'm still going to be a bald white guy.
Dylan Mulvaney. So is this a girl becoming a guy, or?
No, it's a dude that became a chick that got invited to the White House. Because apparently, I was actually unaware of this. You guys might know this. Inflation eroding your purchasing power and not having enough gas in your vehicle is not really a big deal. What's really important is that weird influencers from TikTok, go and visit the president in the Oval Office. That's what's really important.
You think the president will ever invite me?
No.
Man, you were confident with that answer.
I don't know, dude.
Can you imagine me showing up shirtless with pajama pants?
To meet Biden in the White House, he's like, could you have at least put on a shirt? And you're like, nah, I do everything shirtless, dude.
Mr. President, that's my brand, okay? I'm shirtless at all times.
Well, that's why.
Shirt.
Yeah, that's all you have to say, Chris, is just wherever you go and you don't have a shirt on, and somebody's like, sir, can you put on a shirt? Just be like, I don't identify as a dude with a shirt.
You know, if I ever did get famous enough, I probably could just go anywhere I wanted without a shirt.
Bro, you actually probably could. Bert Kreischer does. Do you know who he is?
Who?
Bert Kreischer.
No.
He's a comedian, dude. And he's like, but I mean, you're in way better shape than he is, but he goes up on stage with his shirt off and his beer gut hanging out and does his shows.
Oh, somebody said I was copying him because he has the Lafufu hat. Here, I'll pull up a picture. He's got the Lafufu hat.
Yeah, dude. Bert Kreischer, personally, he doesn't really hit that home for me, but I mean, if you guys think he's funny, you think he's funny.
But he's shirtless. That's funny.
Outside of the machine, I'm not really a big fan. I'm not saying he's bad, just not really my sense of humor. I think Tom Segura is way funnier.
Yeah. I mean, the whole machine stand-up, though, not just the machine story, was a good stand-up.
No, I agree with you. There's certain comedians, like there's comedians out there that you and I, the three of us, would disagree on being that funny. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Amy Schumer is the funniest comedian I've ever listened to.
Well, bro, that's how we first became friends, because we bonded over our love of Amy Schumer's sense of humor.
That's how many families were formed.
Yeah,
at a Amy Schumer comedy show.
Yeah, because using other people's jokes in your comedy is the best way to go about comedy. What? I don't get it. I don't get why all of these people just rack their brains constantly trying to write when you can just use other people's jokes.
That's true.
Maybe she just identified them in the moment. Oh my God. Maybe she identified as them in the moment.
Maybe I'll just take people's jokes and tell people I identify as Carlos Mencia.
I identify as Carlos Mencia identifying as somebody else who this joke originally is from.
But yeah, dude, what do you think's gonna happen now that we're probably going to 5%
for rates?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, at some point it's going to end. I don't know when it's going to be.
No, they're going to turn the corner, but I mean,
it's got to be something bigger that happens that destroys the market. Like maybe, China does invade Taiwan or some other crazy event, or Russia launches a nuke. Like, it's got to be some other event, because we all know there's going to be rate hikes. We all know at some point inflation will go down. I don't see the catastrophic event yet that's going to lead to like another 50% decline.
Well, bro, you got to factor in the markets haven't really caught up with the interest rates yet.
No. Yeah.
That's going to be, dude, you're probably going to see maximum pessimism. This is what I think. Again, take it with a grain of salt, but I think you're going to see maximum pessimism about 9 months after the last rate hike. And then things steadily start improving after that.
Well, yeah, because the market, everybody's probably assuming they're gonna start lowering rates, probably not too far in the future.
Bro, they've already announced they're going to do some more smaller rate hikes after this next 75 basis point.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, if you go read every announcement, they say they want 2% inflation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, no, I know.
That's what they want. They're going to keep raising rates or doing whatever they have to do until it gets there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, a lot of people right now, they're thinking this is like the fall that they've seen is the actual worst of it. And I'm just telling you, it's more likely than not that we're not even close to the worst of it yet.
I hope so.
Oh, bro, for us, like, look, if you're under 55, you should be jumping in the streets. Because if what I think is going to happen, I think we're going to have a major market crash. A whole bunch of stuff is going to come on sale. That's why I've been telling people on my channel, just nibble. If you find something, just nibble right now.
Well, so I have my IRA contribution. And by the way, if you guys didn't know, it's now $6,500 per person for 2023. I got that coming up early January, so I got 13 grand I got to throw in there, and I hope the market is nuked at that point.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't think the market's going to be nuked at that point yet. Because, I mean, like I said, you still have to wait for the interest rates to catch up. Because we all think that we're reacting to the market or anything in life in real time. You're not. You're always behind the curve in trying to catch up. So, I mean, like I said, I think we're going to keep dropping slowly till pessimism just lays in. And that's when all these people that said that they were going to diamond hands these stupid companies like AMC, that's when their diamond hands are going to break.
Dude, I think most diamond hands have already broken. I mean, AMC
was
so totally annihilated.
I was throwing that stock out as an example. It might not have been the best one, but that's what I think is going to happen.
So what are you going to buy once we hit bottom? Let's say you knew exactly what the bottom was. What would you buy?
Obviously, you want to get some great quality companies like probably Microsoft. But again, we're running into the problem, and this is something that, you know, if you go and look, when a company is generally like Apple and has the largest market cap in the world, there's only one place to go from there, and that's down. So again, I mean, I would have to really think this out once we get there. So I don't know.
Let me pull up a chart of Apple. I wonder if it looks like a clown stock. Yeah, it's literally gone up like a clown stock. Look at this.
Apple?
Yeah. So pandemic starts, drops to 57. And look at that. It hasn't even fallen. I mean, I'm sure there's reasons. Like, I'm sure, they've had great earnings and the revenue's been growing.
Has there been a split between there too?
There's been splits.
Well, this factors in.
Include splits.
Yeah.
This factors it in.
No, yeah, I know. But I mean, you can just look at Apple right now and you go, okay, Apple is a great company, but how much do you realistically expect it to grow from here? I mean,
it's got a dividend, bro. Compound earnings.
Prioritize fucking getting an iPhone over getting food.
Yeah, well, this is the thing that people aren't factoring in about a lot of this stuff is I think more likely than not, why I don't really think we're anywhere near maximum pessimism anyways, is if you look at what happened with Dogecoin, where it recently just shot up to like 13 cents or something.
Because Elon Musk bought.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is once inflation starts hitting everybody's pocketbooks, like families, what do you think the first thing that's going to be sold is? It's probably crypto. Then I think people are going to start selling the stocks that they bought during the pandemic because I've had a bunch of people come up to me at work asking me what the markets are going to do. And I told them I have no idea. Nobody does. So I wouldn't even worry about it. But yeah, they're all starting to get concerned. They'll come up to me and ask me about a stock in their portfolio. And I go, okay. So now the common person who's not into this is catching up to the reality that stocks just don't always go up.
And the funny thing is, I bet you the market is probably like the same place it was before the pandemic, which really isn't that bad.
No, I mean, look, when you look at the stock market right now, I mean, what's its Shiller PE ratio? Because, I mean, in all honesty, once it reverts to like 15, 16, 14, you're looking at all it did was revert to fair value. That's not even pessimism at that point.
Yeah, it's only up maybe 10% since before the pandemic started, which that's more natural to me.
Yeah.
Than this freaking madness that happened. I mean, the people that didn't see this as a bubble are just massive clowns. Like, it was obvious that this wasn't going to go on forever.
Well, yes and no, because, I mean, look, when we were telling people during the run-up that most of the stocks that they were buying are overvalued, I mean, what did you get hit with? You got hit with hate. Some of that hate was just people that you can call them clowns, but they really just didn't understand what they were doing. And they're really just clowns because they didn't want to listen when everybody was saying, look, man, I don't know where you're getting this idea that Palantir in the next 10 years is going to be the size of Microsoft. I have no idea why you think that.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying you're a clown just because you bought a clown stock, but like you talked about it, the amount of hate that we got, like that really turned me off on a lot of people. It's like, at this point, after all the hate I got, if you lost all your money, I'm laughing at you.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, we tried to tell people Tesla was overvalued, right? I tried to be as nice as possible when I had that one guy on my channel, but he just wanted to sit there and argue about, you don't know what you're talking about. It's going to be a $20 trillion stock. And then when I point out, like, that's a third of the U.S. stock market if it grows at 4% a year. And then they want to come back with, well, it's possible. It's like, bro, you're in a cult, man. Like, I don't understand how you don't see this. You know,
it's still a luxury car company.
Yeah. And it's like where do you think this is always what happens to stocks when they go parabolic?
I think they had Tesla had two parabolic run-ups.
Yeah, because look, I don't really care at this point. But I mean, a lot of it is, instead of seeing Elon Musk as just a dude and a salesman, people put the hope of humanity into him, that Elon's going to solve climate change. And, you know, it's, the Tesla cars are going to become robotic taxis in 4 years. And you're sitting there going to him, do you guys actually understand? As crappy as I am with computers, I do have a generally good idea about how a technology is going to progress. And it's like, just looking at it, like, no, you're not going to have a self-driving car in 4 years, or 2, basically, now.
Well, Elon's been always promises everything, the moon and back, and then he never delivers. People are like, oh, you just got to give him more time.
Well, yeah, dude, I stopped a guy from arguing with me on my channel when I just put up a bunch of videos that showed Elon making claims about when you're going to have self-driving. I went all the way back to 2016, and he was saying we're going to have it in a year. So, I mean, as much as I don't like to say it, I am with you on a lot of stuff where I say I have very little sympathy for a lot of people at this point.
And a lot of the Tesla guys, they're still, you know, sniffing their own farts because it hasn't. I mean, while the stock is down on the year, what, 30, 40%, it still hasn't collapsed. So people are still like, oh, it's gonna moon again. Just have faith in Elon. They still have,
and it might. Here's the thing. It might moon again. You don't know what a stock is going to do in the short term. We know that a stock is just a piece of a business and that it will revert to its fundamentals over time. But in the short term, they can do anything. Like, what do you think would happen? Jay Powell comes out tomorrow and goes, we're dropping interest rates below 1 again, and we're going to restart quantitative easing. Well, the whole clown market would just start all over again.
That's my greatest fear, Jay. Oh, God.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. It doesn't matter. If you keep buying stuff that's overvalued, eventually it'll catch up with you.
Which it has. There's plenty of examples on YouTube. I've noticed a lot of channels have started to die off and just vanish altogether.
Well, there's that one dude who we made fun of, that George dude who did this.
Oh, George Lopez, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, his channel's gone, but that's because he already hoodwinked enough people into joining his Patreon. I think he still does stuff, but it's in his Patreon.
Yeah, he does. It's such a grifty thing, man. And it's like, this is a thing. All three of us, when we first started our channels, could have came on here, and it would have been way easier and more beneficial for our lives to just go, Palantir, you're going to make $1 trillion off it.
Yeah, I think about all the money I've thrown in the trash. I'm a fool. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, it could happen. I mean, everything could shoot back up, but I just don't think we're in. I think people are going to actually have to experience a bear market. And I really want the bear market to hit because I want to see Cathie Wood's stupid ARK funds implode. I've wanted to see that for 2 years.
I mean, they've already basically imploded.
They're pretty fucking low.
And on top of that, Tesla still hasn't died yet. So wait till Tesla drops precipitously or Zoom gets wrecked. Because her three largest holdings are Zoom, Tesla, and Roku. And Roku just got schwacked. But I don't know about Zoom and Tesla. Well, obviously, Tesla hasn't collapsed yet.
I mean, you can't really say Tesla collapsed. It's not going to collapse. It's got a good balance sheet. The problem is just the price you're paying for it.
Well, I think it could because it's all about the revenue growth rate. So far, they keep hitting that 50% year over year.
Yeah.
And if they keep doing that, that's great. But the bigger they get,
the harder it is
to hit 50%. And when they give forward guidance, because Elon will say whatever he wants. Oh yeah, 50% forever, guys. Oh. But if people actually look at it critically and they see that revenue is slowing and maybe it's only going to be 30% or 25%, I'm telling you, man, you might see some absolute destruction.
No, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, look, we know that if it's going to fall, if it still has fundamentals, it's going to fall to the fundamentals. And what I'm saying to you is that's somewhere probably around $20.
So it's going to fall by what, 90%?
I mean, when you look at it, for it to come to we know that stocks will trade overvalued and undervalued, right? So the tendency is when they drop and they reach maximum pessimism, people on the outside are kind of sitting there going, this doesn't make any sense. So if you look at Tesla's book value per share, yes, I know book value changes and moves around every year, but if you look at it, it's something around $10. So if people don't think that a lot of these stocks are going to fall to their book value when maximum pessimism bakes in, I'm just saying you haven't paid attention to past bear markets. Because, I mean, you can go back to 2008 and you can look at Bank of America back then when it dropped. I realized there were problems with the financial crisis, but these deals can and do become available. It's just when you're in the clown market, it's impossible. You just get used to such high prices. You think that it's impossible for that to happen.
Well, yeah, obviously, like you've seen the decline of Meta, PayPal, Netflix. Stocks can get absolutely nuked, and then you just lose all your money. But you can only tell people so much.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is. And look, everybody gets stocks wrong. It's just, if you bought Tesla, whatever Tesla does, if it doesn't work out, just go back and ask yourself what you did wrong. Because obviously you were wrong. I should have waited on Baba, and I admit I was wrong for buying it where I was buying it. But you're just going to have to accept that,
dude.
Huh?
Wait,
what'd you say, dude?
Like you should buy Baba. Yeah, thanks, man.
No, right? No, I did give you that advice. I should have listened to you and bought Mara and then immediately sold it.
Yeah. Hey, man, I should have fucking sold it.
I told you to sell it.
I'm still up. I don't give a fuck.
I know, but take your profits, bro.
Yeah, I believe in.
How much are you up on Mara?
He made a grip off of it.
I'm still up decent.
Would you put in like $400, and at one point you were up to 12 grand?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I would have sold that so fast.
I would have sold that so hard.
What were we telling you to sell? Oh my god, that is a huge gain. That is nuts.
I bought it at 89 cents.
Oh,
it was up. I think it was up in the 60s or some shit.
Oh, bro, dude, you're gonna have to spend so many hours at the truck stop to get that money back now.
It's all good. It's all good. I still think that they'll be able to fucking turn around.
After you get done at the truck stop, you might have to go down to the docks with the sailors.
Well, I mean, like if you look at the history of Bitcoin, I know you guys aren't big on crypto. I mean, the whole fucking crypto market's a whole different story than just Bitcoin itself. But
yeah,
you got your early adopters, you have the people that are fucking riding the trend, and then you hit a fucking bear market, and then every bull market it gets stronger and stronger. So, you buy back into companies that are actually mining Bitcoin, and during the bull market, they'll fucking come up top again. So, I could be
what about
wrong.
Coinbase, bro?
I mean, talk about the platform of Coinbase. Like I'm talking more of because this Coinbase is a market where you can fucking sell and buy. It's an exchange. You could sell and buy these fucking tools. It's just like investing in Fidelity rather than the fucking stocks that Fidelity itself has. But on the other side, I don't want to compare it one for one because Coinbase, on the other hand, it's crypto is a completely new thing. There's still other things going on with it, so even with their terms and agreements, they put some stuff in it that kind of scared people off. So people went from Coinbase to maybe Binance and stuff like that, where regardless, that didn't really have an impact on Bitcoin or Ethereum itself. So if you're investing in those coins and or in companies that mine those coins, you're probably going to, in my eyes, you're going to do better than investing actually in the exchanges.
Yeah, bro. The reason, like on crypto, I mean, in all honesty, the reason, like we've gone over it. I don't understand it on the level you do. I don't want to learn about it. So that's why the main reason why I avoid it. But I don't think it is anything. But again, the future is the only thing that's going to prove that. But it's like, if I don't understand an investment, like I've looked at companies and gone, I don't really understand what these guys do. You know what I mean? Like when I did that Bio Nano, I made a point of talking about CRISPR in there and that I knew what the acronym stood for. But the fact is I don't know anything about CRISPR and how it works. To illustrate a point with all of these guys coming on here going, oh, this new CRISPR technology is going to cure cancer, and this company is going to be a $10 trillion company overnight. And it's like, bro, you don't understand anything that you just said in that video.
Yeah, who was the guy that was doing that? What was his name?
Oh, I think it was Invest with Henry was sitting there. He was talking about how he's a Goldman Sachs investment banker, yet you're lying if you're recommending companies like Bio Nano. But when I went and looked at it and I watched his video, I go, you're talking about a technology you do not have the education to understand. It's like, go ahead.
Oh no, I was on Henry's channel and his intro played. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but like the point is that was another part of the clown market is people just coming on here and going, oh, this technology does this. And it's like a 19-year-old kid who doesn't have the education to understand what that technology does.
Now, Jay, I want you to guess what stocks Henry is talking about right now.
Is it probably something stupid and speculative?
Think about if you were a YouTuber that just wanted to get views, what stocks would you talk about?
Well, I'd be talking about Palantir right now.
Palantir, check. Tesla, check.
Check. He's still talking.
Trading, check. What else does he talk about?
Dude, it's such clownery, man.
Neo, check. These people are so predictable, man. It's like, and the second you see people talk about those exact stocks, they're in it just to make money on YouTube.
I know. One thing that's fascinating to me is how Eric doesn't have way more subscribers. I don't always agree with him on his analysis, but it's just surprising to me because the way he breaks down what's going on, if you're trying to learn, he does it very well.
I just think he doesn't post a lot. I mean, he was growing pretty quickly, and he wasn't even posting that many videos back in the day. But I think he's just like slowing down the amount of videos he's making. I think that hurts you. If you don't make a video for like 3 weeks, you get wrecked.
Oh, dude, I got wrecked. I lost subs, but I needed a break, man. For 2 years, I was coming home from work, and all I did was do videos. I was burnt out.
Yeah, it gets exhausting. That's why I minimize the amount of time I put into it. I just come on here, do a quick live stream, and I'm done.
Yeah, no, dude. Yeah, it was where I really started noticing where I was just like burnt out was when we did that past live stream, and I just had no energy when we were talking, and I just really wasn't having a good time. And I was like, bro, I'm burnt out. It was changing jobs and still trying to get videos out for the 4 months. What's his channel? Investing
sucks.
Yeah, he's great, dude.
From Canada, though, you got to be careful.
He's got a floppy head, and and it's constantly calling me buddy or guy or friend.
Hey, guy.
That's your buddy guy.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
I'm not your guy, buddy.
Yeah, we used to all stream together back in the day. We had our 3 viewers.
Yeah, no, and like Eric's an actual accountant. He's a certified CPA Canadian accountant. So he does really good analysis. That's all I'd say.
I think he has a software, like a stock
dude,
software.
he does. If you guys are interested, he's got his own software, and I would say it's actually way better than Everything Money's.
So I keep seeing this. Okay, right off the bat, Jay, when you see somebody name their fund Future Fund, what do you think?
I think they just kind of taken on a little bit. They're doing the disruptive thing, but the disruptive thing is played out now. So now we're going to change it to future.
It's the future, bro. Isn't it Gary Black? Isn't that his name?
Yeah. Well, let me make a prediction right now that over the course of the next 40 years, either VT, VTI, or VOO will outperform this fund.
Not if Tesla grows by 60% compounded every year.
It could grow at that for the next 4 years, and it's still not justified for the prices you're paying.
The Future Fund Active ETF. Trying to find the prospectus here. Let's go look. Let's go check this out real quick. Why not? The Future Fund, bro.
What's in it, dude?
Well, first, the expense ratio, 1.01%. Yep, Gary Black. Where's the freaking? Oh, here. Where are the stocks at? Oh, top 10 holdings. Alphabet.
Oh, bro. When we're done with this, you know what we should do? Let's go over. We should go over the Enron 10K and see if we can find the fraud in there.
Honestly, you probably won't be able to.
Well, one thing that immediately turned me off to the stock is I looked at one of their 10Ks and their liabilities were so much greater than their assets. I was like, I already wouldn't buy this stock on that.
Were they? They had their
Bro,
equity.
their liabilities were greater than their assets, and at that point, I'm just not interested in the stock. It just raises too much risk.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a big red flag if the company.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I looked at it for all of a minute and a half, and when because I was like, all right, I want to look at this like I'm an employee in Enron. So I looked through it and I was like looking through the stuff. And then I saw, liabilities are greater than assets. I'm just not interested in this company anymore.
Let's find the balance sheet, bro. They don't even have hyperlinks in this piece of crap. Oh, here it is.
Are we pulling up the balance sheets, dude?
Yeah, this is the second balance sheet. Let's see. So they have 65 million of assets. And they have does it even give you the total?
Bro, I forget what year I was looking at. But I found it in there.
Yeah, I mean that might have been after they got freaking wrecked, you know.
It could have been, but I don't know. We know the company went under. I'm gonna look at it more. It was just fun going through the financial statements. However brief I went through them to see if I could find the fraud in there.
Look at that growth in revenue.
What is it? I can't read it.
So it went from 40 billion to
100 billion.
Yeah.
And what was the jump before that? 31 billion to 40 billion?
40, 100.
I mean, that's suspicious, but you could, I guess.
But look at their net income barely budged. Look at that. Yeah, look at their net income. It barely went up.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, I'm not a fraud specialist, and neither are you, but it's just kind of a fun little exercise.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, because like you have to have like a forensic account. They have all their little tricks. Yeah. You compare this to that. Yeah, it's like that is. I don't do that crap.
Well, no, man, because the reason that I was thinking about this at work, and I go, basic investing knowledge would have saved a lot of these people that were working at Enron. You know, when they were getting their stock options. If they were like, yeah, well, it's great that Enron's giving me stock options, but I don't want more than 5% of my portfolio, or, you know, traditional weighting would have saved all those people.
Well, he's saying free cash flow is higher than net income, but like that's a lot of stocks nowadays because of stock-based compensation. So I don't know what else was causing. I don't know what else would be causing the difference.
Yeah, no, I mean, we would actually have to sit around really for a while trying to figure this out if we even could.
Yeah, I mean, basically it means they have a lot of non-cash expenses if they have net income that's way lower than free cash flow. That's all it means. Or they're recording some kind of like non-cash loss or something like that. Like they're impairing a bunch of assets. But like I said, I'm not a forensic accountant. I just do people's taxes and do journal entries and stuff.
Dude, that's funny. George K said Washington Mutual told on the news that they were safe, and the next day they went bankrupt. And dude, that's that's why I don't get why people listen to the talking heads on TV, because it's like, bro, once you know index funds are the way forward and you know a few basic things, you look at Jim Cramer and you go, this guy is such a major clown. I don't understand why people listen to him.
Because he's entertaining. That's all that matters, man. But people take financial entertainment as financial advice. That's where the problem comes in. But if you just appreciate Jim Cramer as a clown, he's fun to watch. You just got to know he's a clown.
Bear Stearns is safe.
What do you think about this, Jay?
What? Yeah, he was communicating with me.
He's talking. He was like, I know Jay Naugy's watching.
I was on the phone going, bro, I want blood in the streets.
But this is like,
I want complete slaughter in the stock market, Jay Powell. Make it happen for me.
So people get this serious about it. Like they analyze every phrase, every inflection, and the stock market reacts to it. It's just such a ridiculous thing to me. It's like, you guys really spend all this time like analyzing exactly every phrase and word that he says to like, why do you care? It doesn't matter.
Bro, it's bizarre to me. It's like, even with everything going on in the market, you shouldn't even pay attention to it anyways. Everything, like, we know the stock market's is gonna go down. We don't know by how much. So sitting around trying to figure out what Jay Powell's gonna do for hours on end is just a waste of time. Crush your index funds and just wait for good deals to come open in the market. It'll happen.
Look at this. I-bonds went down.
Did you buy
how butthurt people are going to be when I-bonds are back to like where they were before the pandemic, once inflation goes down?
Did you buy any?
No. Think about. I mean, here's my argument. Okay.
Let me hear it, because I want that juicy 9.6.
Well, it's gone now. It's gone.
I know.
Okay, so let's say you want your juicy 9.6. Right. Number one, you pay taxes on that, so it's less. And I don't think there's a way you could buy in a tax advantage account.
Yeah.
And on top of that, stocks are cheap now. Mm-hmm. So why would you not deploy your money to buy stocks when they are much cheaper now, and instead flee to an I-bond that we know their inflation rate, the interest rate is going to drop as inflation goes down? Could someone explain that logic to me?
I don't know. I didn't buy any of them.
Everybody's talking. I mean, when I saw Andre Geek make a video about I-bonds, and what's that other clown's name?
Usually when Andre Geek makes a video about something, I don't do it.
Yes. He is a perfect indicator. It's like, oh, Andre Geek made a video?
Yeah.
Time to buy I-bonds.
Yeah, let me hit this execute on buying a whole bunch of I-bonds. Oh, Andre Geek made a video? Yeah, let me go ahead and cancel that.
I mean, the Fed literally said they want interest rates at 2%. What do you think is going to happen to your coupon, people? It's going to go down. I just burned 2 calories for my $2 donation, minus taxes and YouTube fees. Bye, DT!
Bro, you can't even get a can of dip for that.
It's up to $5 a can. I'm gonna have to quit, man.
I think you should.
VC opportunity cost.
Bro, here's the thing we can do. I'll quit vaping, which I need to do. You quit dipping.
And I'll start both.
John shows up with a fat lipper in going, it's great to be back. Yeah, dude. No, I think a lot of people, man, I really do. I think you're stressing yourself out about shit you can't predict in the future.
I'm really stressed. I stress every day about my investments. People are like, oh, why don't you have like ETFs and you can like trade between them and you could maybe have like this ETF and that one? I'm like, no, I just want VT. Okay. I'm not playing this game. Keep it simple.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, this is the reality of it. There's going to be very few people that over the course of their investing career, 40 years, it's highly unlikely you're going to beat the market over those 40 years.
Unless you bought Tesla, of course.
Well, yeah, Tesla's different. Tesla's like Bitcoin. It just goes up forever. Or wait, does it?
I'll never forget the infamous Chicken Genius video where he said you could retire off $250,000 invested in Tesla.
Didn't he turn bearish on it?
Yeah, now he's bearish because
he saw the writing on the wall. The Fed was raising interest rates, and he was like, "Oh, this is going to collapse. I made a bunch of money on it. I'll sell out." Smart.
I'm surprised he didn't put a paywall or a DCF behind a paywall like what's his nuts did.
Who?
Solving the money problem. He's got a Tesla model that he puts behind Patreon. That's how he gets people to join his Patreon so they can see his Tesla evaluation. And of course, like I think his bear case is probably 10,000 per share or whatever that is, split adjusted.
Wait, I don't get it, dude. He's just preying on people's ignorance. That dude didn't create a model that sees the future. It's like you said, it's probably a stupid discounted cash flow where he went, Tesla gonna grow at 40% per year forever.
But maybe it will, Jay. Does VT beat the TSP? What do you think, Jay?
It depends on when you're investing in it. Because if you were in the TSP and the C fund for the past 10 years, you would have crushed VT. But here's the problem with that. Chris points this out all the time. Sometimes international stocks outperform US stocks, and it's generally when the US market gets ridiculously overvalued. So I don't know. I would take either one. I would take the S&P 500 or VT. If my option is VOO, I'm not really crying about that.
And plus, you can buy international in the TSP. The iFund, you don't get access to like China, I believe, and Russia, and a couple other places. But there are international, like there's a developed markets index fund in there. So it depends on what you're investing in. I mean, like for my TSP, I just have the Target Retirement Fund, the L2060 or something like that.
Yeah, you were telling me that. What about you, John? What are you putting your crap into?
Oh, all in Tesla, bro. All in Tesla.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Honestly, I'm taking advantage of just mostly a Fidelity 500 and some in the extended. I was doing international for a little bit, but that's just fucking tanking. So Fidelity is the only thing. I'm sorry, the large cap is the only thing that's still pretty fucking going strong. So can't beat the S&P 500.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's what I tell people. I'm like, just do the total world market, the total U.S. market, or the S&P 500. Or what I tell people to do at work is actually the targeted date funds. Because if you don't want to learn, there's not really much better than a targeted date fund. It allocates your portfolio properly for you.
Yep.
Yeah, it transitions over to bonds. It's pretty good stuff. What is the TSP is the military and federal government's 401k plan, also known as the thrift savings plan.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it's just a 401k.
Yeah.
But bro, you'd not believe how many people at work tell me they put their money in the safe fund, the G fund, and then I just start doing the mental math on how much money they've lost and will lose.
I wonder if the G fund's going to start paying higher rates though. You might be getting some pretty pennies out of the G fund,
bro. Again, it's like, to me, I go, all right, you want bonds? Why wouldn't you just go with a targeted date fund? What are you doing here?
Hey, question. TSP though, you can only have an account if you're a government worker or a vet. Is that what it is?
Pretty much,
if you're in the military or government, I mean,
Yeah,
I have mine because I was a veteran and I worked for the government.
Just wanted to clarify on that, so whoever was asking knows.
Well, no, I mean, all it is a 401k. Just call it under a different name.
Yeah, they simplify.
The government special.
The G fund, that fund, the C fund. That's fun. Makes it a lot easier.
DC Chapman. Could you guys imagine Jeremy crapping his honest diaper when TTCF implodes? Bro, I'm the one who vacillates on this. I really do think it's that Jeremy's that dumb, but like 10% of me goes, is it really possible to be that dumb?
He's that dumb. He doesn't know how to calculate the price to earnings ratio. I'm not even joking. I'm not exaggerating.
He didn't know how to divide.
Well, no, he did it bad. He did it upside down. He did it in his book.
What did he do? The EP ratio?
Yeah, he did the E. He was like, "Oh, it's the net income divided by the market cap." It's like, no, you idiot.
That's the thing. Like when you make these things where you charge people money, it's like, how devoid of integrity do you have to be to not even know how to calculate PE ratio, then think that you should be teaching people?
Yeah, he calls his investment philosophy modern stock market investing. He's basically thinks he's improved on Warren Buffett.
Well, there's a problem with that because I'm basically doing what Ben Graham told me to do. So, and Ben Graham disagrees with what Jeremy does. So,
but Ben Graham's old. Jeremy's
and dead.
He's got youth.
It's true. How can Ben Graham be a great investor if he's dead? If he was such a great investor, he wouldn't have died.
Oh, I love it. Jeremy. You know, his channel is actually doing pretty. It's not growing. Maybe because he's focusing his attention on that new channel. What is it? Jeremy LaFave Makes Money, which is just like a ridiculous thing to title your channel.
Tattooed Chef has a negative 1.18 P ratio according to stock analysis.
Aren't there earnings coming up pretty soon?
Oh, bro, if they come out on a Wednesday or Thursday, we have to do a reaction to it again.
Oh, I 100% am doing a live stream the night of earnings. Let's see. Tattooed Chef's earnings date. August. November 13th. We're not that far away.
I just, yes, okay, he's that dumb, but I just look at Tattooed Chef and I go, how do you think that this is, or an even worse example of that is we were joking around about Smile Direct Club. Again, Smile Direct Club's liabilities are greater than its assets. That's all you needed to know to just chuck that piece of crap on the ground and walk away, unless you're trying to do the cigar butt technique. But again, that stock's not profitable, so you can't do that.
It's profitable by heart, Jay.
No, dude, it's so, bro. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, what's going to happen if when there's a massive market downturn, if that doesn't kill his channel, he's basically unkillable on YouTube. You can't get rid of him.
He's already unkillable. He like, dude,
I don't know, man.
All the money he's lost. Come on, man. He's still here. He's still, I guess, doing
bro.
Okay.
But we haven't seen maximum pessimism when like a lot of his companies start imploding.
But yeah, then he'll just keep buying the dip. He'll say, just keep buying. People will keep buying the dip.
Yeah, dude.
He ain't going anywhere, Jay. Trust me.
I know. That's just hopeful thinking on my part.
Yeah, his new channel's getting a ton of views. Dang. LaFufu. Look at you.
I don't get that. Yeah, Tattoo or Smile Direct Club. Its cash flows are negative $2.10 per share. Bro, we know what Chris is going to say. I'm just going to tell you, go VT, VTI, or VOO. Throw money at it. You'll be doing well in retirement. Or you could even do a targeted date fund inside of Vanguard.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, VT, I mean, like some that I like, obviously VT Wax, any target date fund, you know, if you like US stocks, VT Sax or VTI, or just the best thing is just pick something and stick with it.
Yeah, dude. If you're new and you're not sure, just don't overcomplicate it, man. Throw your money in a targeted date fund, start reading, figure out your own investment process. It probably won't take you that long and you'll be good to go. This is a lot of the problem with the way YouTube, a lot of people on YouTube look at it when they come on here, is they think stocks are a lottery ticket. They're not. They don't just go up. So
stonks go up, bro. That's all they do.
Yeah. So just formulate a strategy, man. And just make that strategy depend on how much work you want to do. I'm probably, Chris is probably, everybody you know is probably not going to beat the indexes. You stand a better chance of it if you put most of your money in the index and then you do good stock research after that. But yeah.
Can I beat the index if I buy the index?
Huh?
Can I beat the index if I buy the index?
No, but if you had bought the index and Tesla, you'd be beating the market.
Exactly. All right, guys, I got to cut this off.
No worries, brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Strongman's getting weak. But thanks for coming, everybody. This was this is how it used to be back in the day. Us three clowns talking about stunks.
Yeah, brother.
Okay. What outro do you want? The trucker? Or do you
Well,
want,
John hasn't been on here for a while, so throw some options out for him.
all right, so
it's the trucker. Well, that was the intro.
What about Jeremy? What about Jeremy at Target?
Oh, definitely. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Holy smoke, this ain't no joke, I was literally about to go to bed.
Oh my word, look at that.
Wow, do we have a lot to get into here today?
Woo, 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 woo.